Hi there, and welcome back to Stubbs Aquatics. Hope everyone had a great Christmas. I know I sure did. Nice to see some family and friends over the holidays. Although I did, obviously miss my son, who's in Latvia. If you haven't checked out my Christmas video, please go ahead and check it out. It's more of a salute to the frontline workers, being it's still the Christmas holidays. It's important to remember the ones that are out there making sacrifices, making sure that we're safe. Anyways, let's get back to topic at hand, which is, well, what's been going on in my fish room? Finally got some new fish and some other new species for the fish room. And, I got to tell you, they're not barbs. They're not even in the Cypridae family. I know, it's a shocker. I did have to move along some barbs. Simply, well, I didn't want to spend the money, and I needed to get rid of some of my barbs. As you can see, I've got plenty of barbs to spare. I'm actually even thinking about getting rid of some of my other barbs and not going back to them. As you see in this tank here, uh, all my adult rosy barbs are gone now. And I'm not sure that I'm going to, if I may move the rest of them on. Simply because I do love my planted tanks, and rosy barbs and planted tanks don't get along. So I have to make a decision whether I want to downsize on the amount of species I have in barbs. At least the ones I can't put in planted tanks. And I actually need the room for my shubunkin goldfish. So I'm thinking I'm going to say goodbye to rosy barbs, which I've kept for, years and years now. And they're bred well, and I think I'm going to be sorry to see them go. But a local fish store wants to take a lot more of my Odessa barbs, and they like my rosy barbs. So I'm thinking I'm going to run a special with them and get rid of maybe another, 75 Odessas. I've still got plenty. I've got some, I'll show you, in other tanks. I've bumped the numbers up. Let's go have. Yeah, no shortage of Odessas in this tank. Color on these guys are just amazing. And there's lots of little ones in there. They're growing like crazy. And I just wanted to make sure I had enough that, when some of these guys max out in age and they're no longer in the tank, that they're replaced by equal or just as good quality fish. And I know they are because they're in the same bloodline. This is strictly, well, you guessed it, an Odessa tank. I've got my breeders in there, along with plenty of fry. I'll be looking for one or two good quality males and some good sized females. But I think they're mostly in my fry tank still. We'll have a quick look at those. This is another one of my Odessa fry tanks. Like I'm no shortage. And I just moved on, like 35. This is my main Odessa fry tank. These guys are getting some beautiful colors, and they're getting to be a good size. I know my local fish store is going to run a big sale on them, and I should move on most. I will keep a few additional ones, though. This tank, many of you know, is I refer to as barbcity. And I took your advice, and I added, believe it or not, some really small Odessa barbs that I had. And they're doing great in there. I only put about 10 in there, but they're growing, and I can't believe how dark they are. It's just amazing, and they're so young. But, oh man, they're dark. They're going to be just amazing when they're adults with these tigers and black rubies, along with the odd cherry barb and some checker barbs. Well, like I said, Barb City, right? So what did I get? Well, nothing for this tank. Though this is definitely one of my favorite tanks. But I will give you a hint. I already have 3 of those fish in here. Not often that you see them. And they are truly one of my favorite fish now. Well, you may have guessed it. I picked up 4 spotted bristlenose plecos. I traded some of my barbs to get them. And I can't wait to see if I can breed them once these shubunkins and if I move the rosy barbs out of here. I'll be interested to find out. I know they're juvenile yet, so it'll take some time. I'm quickly being addicted to these lovely fish. I just love, I know to most people the spotted ones are relatively plain, but they just have something about them between the black and the white spots and that the little coloring of the white at the tails. I just think it's an awesome fish that I'm quickly getting hooked on. This tank's been pretty busy as of late. That's not only one of my favorite shubunkin tanks and a newly planted tank that's doing amazing, by the way. It's now home to 4 different types of bristlenose. Now, the hopes I have is to let the 4 different types breed. They're already crossbreeds anyways, so it really doesn't matter. And the purpose of me getting more bristlenose is I want to add them to, well, each and every tank I have, simply because they are a great scavenger and help clean up algae. And you know what? They're interesting. Bristlenose, if you don't already know, are part of the pleco family. And well, why I find them interesting is it's like hide and go seek or where's Waldo? Because for weeks, sometimes you don't see them. And then you find them in the weirdest places. Now this one here, I can always find him on this fern. For some reason, he just loves it. I did add a 4th spotted bristlenose to this tank, although you don't see it right now. It's, well, like most bristlenose, they do a lot of hiding. This tank is home to 1 male albino bristlenose, which is usually generally hard to spot, especially in this dirty glass. Oh my. There he is there. I usually don't see him for weeks on end. He's definitely where's Waldo. What the benefit of having these? Not only do they help clean the glass, but because you're looking and looking, you're more apt to spot another problem you have in your aquarium, like the fact that I need to clean my glass again. In my barbcity tank, I do have 2 bristlenose in this one as well. They're just your common bristlenose. Usually find one underneath this, and you can see them periodically. The barb would get out of the way. Like I said, it's not too often I get to see them in this tank. So it's really nice to see this big male here. And it's getting close to dusk, and they're more active then. Like I said, there are 2 bristlenose in here. Unfortunately, both of them are males. So there'll be no breeding. Not that the fry would survive that onslaught right here. Finally, I get to see more than 1 bristlenose at a time, and bang, gone. They're like lightning too. Of course, you guys swimming like crazy barbs. You made them swim away. Thanks, guys. You big jerks. I love these guys though. My favorite. This is really a good spot for bristlenose to hang out. Um, with all the fallen logs and so many places to hide. Plus, you can see where they've actually cleaned the driftwood, and it's bare, and that's from them. In the future, we'll be doing a fish profile on the bristlenose. Well, part of my Odessa and ruby barb trade was, for some neocaridina shrimp. Yeah, I got bitten by the shrimp bug. In this case, the blue diamond. I can't even never say that word. The blue diamond shrimp. Last attempt. The blue diamond neocaridina shrimp. There, was that so tough? I know one person who's really going to love these. That's my grandson, Jax. He's got a 10-gallon tank just like this one. And I know he's going to want shrimp in it. So I'm hoping that the 8 that I picked up are going to start a nice little colony in here. And I'm enjoying them already. I mean, they're just an interesting creature to watch. And I can see why so many people are into them. You don't have to have a big tank. And, well, they're cool. And they'll breed for you. And they're really no work. You don't need a heater. This has got my name written all over it. Just easy to look after. And they're really cool colors. I'm already thinking of the next small tank I'm going to set up with the extra plants that I have and what kind of shrimp I'm going to put in them. I was just watching Larry's new video, that being Chili-Headed Aquatics. He just did a great new scape with his shrimp, and then Jeff from Pelham's Aquatics, he's got some amazing shrimp. So I really like the blue dreams he has. Well, I told you I got some new stuff, and I'm really getting hooked on both bristlenose and, of course, neocaridine shrimp. Did I say that right? Anyways, I can't wait to add some more to the collection, but I was shocked to see the price of those things. Wow. Well, thanks again for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to hit that like button, think about subscribing, and hit that notification bell. Take care, everyone. We'll see you real soon, and have a happy new year.